I'm Brady Forrest, and I'm one of the co-founders of Ignite. And to me, that is what Ignite is. Type your city here. Make Ignite your own. Make something and then share it. Now, what unites Ignite is these constraints. 15 seconds, 20 slides, 5 minutes. It gives everybody a chance to be a rock star. And it's because of these constraints that we're all united. And the speakers that come on stage face a level playing field. Both the good and the great, they all have their slides move for them. On the very first night of Ignite, back when I was a young pup, Bree and I didn't really know what we were gonna do. We threw out a blog post a couple weeks before, and we had this idea that geeks sharing ideas over beer would be really kind of fun. And we had room for 120 people in the basement of a friendly bar, and about 200 people showed up. And it began with just a simple blog post. I had 25 speakers that night, most of them my friends. Most of them still talk to me after putting them through that torturous format. But they were there just to show their passions, to talk about how they had changed their house over to VoIP, how to make 3D printers, how to homeschool their kids. And we began the night with a contest as a way of kind of bringing everyone together. And so we had popsicle stick bridges. And teams had 2 pounds of glue and 800 popsicle sticks. And the winning team had 800 pounds sitting on them. It was pretty awesome. Now, Ignite came from a couple of different ideas. One is Foo Camp. Foo is the first unconference ever, basically like bar camp. It's a wiki of conferences where you get a Gatling gun of ideas. However, it's over a weekend. I don't have every weekend. There's tons of ideas where I get the gist in 5 minutes. And it came from Burning Man. I go to Burning Man every year since 2000. And Burning Man is all about sharing your ideas, usually your art, with your community out in the desert and not holding it in. With Ignite, I take those two things and we make it quick. Enlighten us, but make it quick. And from there, Ignite ended up spreading out around the world to about 200 cities. And we're going on, I believe, our 11th year. And soon Andrew will be taking a leading role in Ignite, which is great. But Ignite can be a model for people who want to create other events, like Bar Camp or Wikipedia or anything else like that. And so some of the things I've learned along the way, one is let others own it. So even though we'd run it one way in Ignite San Francisco or Ignite Seattle, that doesn't matter. You have to let the local cities make it their own. So we purposely made the logo in such a way that anybody could modify it. So Denver puts a mountain behind it. In San Francisco, we put the Sutro Tower behind it. Not everybody starts with a contest. Some people go with 20 cities. But we have those constraints that tie us together so that any speaker anywhere, any crowd anywhere knows what is core to Ignite. And so when a church group uses it, it's still 5 minutes, 20 slides, 15 seconds a slide. And it's because of those constraints that people get creative, because they have to take the core of their message, the core of their story, and fit it in those 5 minutes. Now, the other core thing that we do is we unite people together, hopefully once a year. We started that with Ignite Week, Global Ignite Week, where we had as many Ignite events happen in 5 days as possible. Our record was 65 events around the world on 6 continents in 1 week. That was a hell of a lot of work. Here's the map of all the events. Everywhere but Antarctica and the space station. Next year. But that takes a strong community, and it takes allowing other people to run things and for them to be rock stars, in their own community. It's not very often that people get to speak in front of hundreds of people, where people will be cheering for them, or people will cheer them on. And I think Ignite is one of those things that lets you do that. And so if you ever do end up doing a talk, my one advice to you is never stop. Just keep talking. The slides will keep going. Don't worry, you'll be off stage sooner or later. The next slide will come. I've only seen PowerPoint crash a couple of times. And so my final message to you is go do your own. Go back to your city and start an Ignite or join the local one. Make each other rock stars and have a great South by Southwest. Thank you.